Getting there's not a problem. No, we can sort it out when I get there. 3:30. You really ought to tell Andrew about us. Sorry. Yeah, I know. But...
Who cares about him?
Well, bring it with you.
Look, it's you I want to see tonight.
I'm meeting a friend. I'm sorry.
Quite a chill beginning to set in the evenings now, isn't there? Can't wait for the winter and skiing. Fair BA we fancy this year. Any thoughts yet on what you'll be doing after house jobs?
Well, I fancy A&E at the General.
Jim Sherman's department? Well, if you're serious about a house officer's post there, I'll be happy to drop Jim a hint on your behalf. Trust a woman to keep us waiting, eh?
Well, Claire's having to cover RMO today for Dr. Sockie's leave.
Which reminds me, my secretary showed me your application for leave next month.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks, you know. Recharge the batteries.
The thing is, until I get the registrar I need, if the houseman's off, that leaves Claire a bit stretched to cover both wards and clinics. And in the past, my house officers have always volunteered to forego their leave while working here. Angie Wilding, my house officer here a couple of years ago, she wanted to do A&E like you. Ended up really enjoying that job with Jim Sherman at the General.
Oh, poor Mr. Conroy. I know I'm an old nag, but if I don't stick up for the patients, then who will?
Not the doctors, that's for sure.
No, Andrew cares about his patients. Not like that hard-nosed bitch Claire Maitland. I can't help but notice you've been a bit off with him lately. Have you finished?
Yeah, but no. Yes, we have, yeah.
Don't you think you ought to tell him? There's now going on with you and Luke, is there?
No.
You lying there.
No, there isn't.
Sorry I'm late. There was an arrest on Jerry's. Stood more chance of resuscitating a Christmas turkey.
Oh, please, don't leave on my account, Mrs. Conroy. How is Kenneth today?
Doctor, I know you're doing everything you can, but I can't bear to see him suffering so much pain.
What are we doing as regards analgesia?
Subcut diamorphine infusion 400 milligrams per day plus Voltrol 75 milligrams IM BD.
And 5 milligrams of haloperidol in his diamorph.
We'll make him comfortable, Mrs. Conroy. If he's having trouble with oral fluids, I put up some saline. There's really nothing more we can do for the poor chap other than up the diamorph.
Thank you, Dr. Turner.
Lisa.
Oh, Raj.
Something on your neck.
Get off! They found Monica. Go and see Sister.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. They found Monica. She killed herself.
Everyone's entitled to a holiday.
I don't see there's much I can do.
Well, talk to the hospital manager. Contact the BMA. Alternatively, you should attempt to urinate into a force 10 gale. It's all the same. Hello? No, she's not here. If you want medical jobs, you need references. If you don't toe the line, you don't get references. Maybe the reason we're given so much crap is because we're saps who'll take it.
Doctor, Ken's trying to say something.
Ken?
Make me die.
Awful news. Absolutely awful. God knows how we're going to cover outpatients, let alone the minor ops list. Anyway, ward round. Sooner we get done, the sooner I get to see who the locum agencies have got set up for us.
Trash. Perhaps you could turn off your bleeper and go and have a seat in my office. My secretary's expecting you. I'll be along presently. It appears that Monica had been put under considerable pressure. Not least by you, Simon.
Perhaps the problem with this firm is that the junior doctors have the constitution of a china plate. Maybe it's for the best when they crack.
Simon, it really is difficult to contemplate what might lead an otherwise intelligent person to talk such utter balls. A man has lost his wife and 2 children their mother.
It's a tragedy, of course, but clearly the woman must have been unstable, and I will not hear of any blame being leveled at her working environment, especially when we've gone through it ourselves.
I certainly never did. In my day, there weren't the pressures put on junior hospital doctors these young people have to endure. And if you did go through the system, Simon, and I have to accept your word for that, to be an apologist for it is incompatible with sanity.
Did you know her?
Hardly at all. Did you ever meet her?
No, I don't think I did.
Well, these things happen. Doctor's rate of suicide 3 times the average. Alcoholism 3 times the average. Divorce 7 times the average. So how'd she do it?
Insulin overdose.
Smart.
When I say that my years as a junior doctor were the happiest years of my life, young doctors look at me as if I was mad. But I qualified in 1952. Things were different then. We only had to learn a fraction of what you need today. A few blood tests, half a dozen drugs. No CT. No ultrasound. Nobody'd even heard the DNA. On-call meant just that, on-call. Not working all day, all night, and all the next day. Yeah, my day, matron was in charge. And she only disturbed me if it was absolutely necessary. Quite often with a hot toddy. I was proud to be a doctor. It was a respected profession. Nowadays, young doctors are harassed by nurses, bullied by managers. Caring doctors who wish to turn off a ventilator so that they can use a patient's organs for transplant are vilified for playing God. No, no, no. I'm truly sad that you are being denied so many of the things that made the profession so wonderful
I'll speak to the doctor later.
Why are you avoiding me?
Don't be childish,
Look,
Andrew.
if you don't want to go out with me, why can't you just say so?
Can we talk another time?
I've had to boost Mr. Conroy's driver all day.